friends, is Star Thrifter, and I have part 3 for newbies. Today what we're going to discuss is how to create a listing from scratch on eBay, and I'll be showing you on the desktop how to do that. I guess some people do create the listings from their cell phone, but I always do the listings on the desktop, but I take all the photos with my cell phone, and what I do is I create the listings on the desktop. Then you can save it in drafts, and then use the eBay app, and that way I can upload the photos from there right from the phone and do all the photo editing, and then I publish it, then list it at that time, or I may save it in drafts if I have more for doing some ahead of time. But anyhow, we'll get right on to it, and I'll show you. Okay, here is the eBay app, or eBay on the desktop, and what you can do is up here at the top, the very top up here, where is it? It's over on the side here. There's a button here, and you can just push sell, and then it's going to bring up this page. Tilt this just a little bit here. And now I have templates that I use a lot, and that's a whole nother discussion. It's over here on the left. But basically what you do there is you create templates, and you save a lot of the information, especially like, let's say I sell a lot of clothing, and for like men's shirts, and we'll use that one today. But you can start right from scratch if you want to, and all you do is over here on the right, it says create a listing, and you click on that. But with my template, I click on my template there, and it brings up all the different categories, and I have one here already. It says men's shirt, and I just click on that, and I click create listings. And today I'll just use a example, and it'll be a Ralph Lauren button down long sleeve shirt, and it is a Blake. Sometimes they'll have names on them, and we're going to consider that this one does. This is your top line here, and oops, sorry about that. I have to do just a little bit of adjusting in order to get to the keyboard here. But what you'd want to do is type in this top line, Ralph Lauren Blake. And some people have different ideas on whether you should, on how you should lay this out if you're selling clothing. You should always put the brand first. And then some people will say, well, you should put the, if it's men's or women's in size next, or should you put button down long sleeve? I really don't know if it makes a huge difference, but I kind of change it up depending on what I happen to be listing. But this here, I know that the person might not type in Blake, but I'll leave that there. But I would put men's, and then put large, and then I would put shirt. And then after that, I put button up, long sleeve. And then after that, then you can add anything you want. We'll say that this one is striped, and you put striped. And then sometimes something that's important for when you're listing men's shirts is, does it have a button down collar or not? If it does, maybe if you have room, you might want to put that in your title. But you can use this for anything that you're listing. You could be listing a plush, a stuffed animal, and you just put, the brand name and what it is, and anything that's really important you want to get on that top line. Think about what the customer might be looking for. And then I have more room. I decided to put what it's made out of. It's cotton, and I put cotton, but you can use anything you want. But what I do from there is I highlight this, and then I push on copy, because I'll use it down farther. Then it's going to go to here, and it's going to ask for brand, and we're going to click on that. And now this one has a choice. It gave me the choice of Ralph Lauren. A lot of times they don't. You just type it in. If they didn't have it, then what I would do is I just click on that, and where it says search here, then you can just then you can just click on, write in what you're, selling there. But this has it. Going to click on Ralph Lauren, and then it's going to ask you the size type. It's regular. If it's big or tall, it'd be different. This is a long sleeve. This is multicolor. A lot of these we can just click on. That's one thing nice about some of the categories. They'll have the prompt up there of some of the things. Some of it, they don't have none of it, and you have to type everything in. And then it's a large. It always takes a few minutes for the size to come up. Button up, men's, and then down here in additional these are required up here. Now it says additional. Thing of it is you're going to want to fill this stuff out the most that you possibly can, because it's a bugger. It really is not fun to sit here and fill out all these, and it takes a whole lot longer. However, it narrows the search for your customer, and you may get more sales by narrowing the search. And the more you can fill these in, the more it's going to benefit you. It's not eBay punishing you by making you do all these. And I know it kind of seems that way, especially when you get tired and you've been doing a lot of listings and it's taking a long time, but they're not. It is for your benefit. Here it's got, fabric type. Some people may chose woven for a shirt, but I'm just going to type in cotton here. Okay, and then I just see how it highlights here underneath where I typed it. You click on that in order for it to show up there. Then it's striped, closures, button. The theme on this here, I would say that this is classic. It's kind of like a classic button down, and see how they prompted. It's right there. And then maybe preppy. Keywords for your theme is important, especially when you're doing clothing. And you can probably Google a lot of keywords for different styles and things like that. Accents is going to ask you, and you can click on anything. This one, let's say, we know it is button, and it does, let's say it has the logo and embroidered. It is an embroidered logo. I don't know if that should be clicked or not, but we'll just say that that's all right, because they do show that. Then they're going to have features here. Is it lightweight, easy care, anything extra like that. If you have one that's like a non-iron, you can put anything there. A lot of times I put my inventory stock number here, because it's just, I put it in 3 places, because I'll tell you what, you got to really pay attention, because as you start listing more and more, you got to make sure you can find these items when they sell. It's very important. And I have all of my items in tubs, and they're out in my garage, and I have over 2,500 items listed, and I got to be able to find these when they sell. Let's say that this went in tub 79T. Whoops. I'll just type 79T. And even though it is not a feature, I stick it there. I don't think it really, really matters that much. Wait a minute. Whoops. Let me redo that. 79T. And then, but that way, I can find it when I'm looking for it. Then they're going to ask for like fit. And of course, all these questions are going to be different depending on what you're listing, whether it's clothing or, it could be collectibles or anything. They'll have lists. And this, we're going to say, doesn't have the button down color, because I did not include it in the title up here. And this one's just a point. And we're just going to click on point. Then material. They'll give you some choices. If it's not there, you can always type it in. It is collared, and then they're asking us what this is. The product line. Well, this is a Ralph. Oops. Oh, darn it. Ralph Lauren Blake. I'm having a hard time typing because I have the camera on a stand and it's in front of the keyboard. I have a really hard time reaching this. And let's say this is a pretty nice one, and it's going to be casual, and it would be a great shirt for business. And then it's going to ask us what country, and we're just going to put, China. That's a lot of clothes are there. Then they're going to ask you for the model. Now, up at the top there, I should have just put in Ralph Lauren. This is where we're going to want to put the Ralph Lauren Blake. go up here and, that other product line, I should change that. Okay, and then chest size, I don't know measure anymore as far as writing it down. I do it with the photos. I used to always measure the items and write it in the description, the measurements, but a lot of people don't click on the description. They don't know what's there, I think, and then they miss the measurements. I do all the photos with a like a yardstick. And then I would suggest doing this no matter what you're listing. If you're even listing a collectible or even a plush, measure it and take photos of it. But anyways, if I don't have that there, I either leave it blank or I put NA. Some people say you shouldn't put NA in it. Then they're going to ask you for the condition. And if it, you can click on that, because if it's not, it could be, if it's new with tags, or you got new without tags, you got new with defects, or pre-owned. This item that we are selling is pre-owned. We're going to leave it on pre-owned, and I got nice, no stains. This is another area that I put my stock number there. I sneak it there because I want it in 3 places, because I'll tell you what, there's sometimes you may type it wrong in one of them and it'll be right on another. Now, this particular template, I haven't changed it yet from how I used to, and see how it has all the measurements. Sometimes, if it's like a big plus size or something, I would still include that. But what I did, remember how I copied that top title? I click here, right click, and then I put paste, and it's going to put what this is here. Now that I don't do these, I just going to delete that off. But if you want to put measurements there, you can. And then you can put anything that you want here in regards to, about you selling the item. I got measurements are very close, but not 100%, even though there's a tape yardstick laying right on them. Believe me, people, they can be point accurate. And then measurements are laying flat, not stretching the material. And then all items should be, washed after shipping and handling. And then here I'll put my stock number again. And then I put abbreviation for the date. We're going to put January 23rd. Jeez, forgot. Then over here, they have some suggested prices. I usually do not use the suggested price. I wait until I save this in drafts, and when I'm doing my uploading of the photos, then they will show you some price comparisons, and you can click on that, and they'll show you some other ones that have sold, and it shows you here too. But a lot of this stuff I've sold a lot, and I kind of already know. But if you click on that, they're going to show me other people that had sold it. Actually, this is what, or click on sold. Okay, this is what sold, they're saying. They're usually highlighted in green. I don't know how come they're not. But see, these shirts have really went down in price. I think it's just because it's oversaturated. But they're telling you an average price. It looks like on this particular style, a lot of them are selling for 15. And, maybe I would go, $15.50 or something, or $17.50 or whatever. You can use your own discretion there. Then you're going to want to click on whether or not you want to allow offers. That's this here, and I allow offers. I don't put in a minimum unless it's something really high dollar. And then I meant to mention in the pricing area, I do buy it now. If you don't want to buy it now, you can drop this down and you click on auction, and then you can do the auction style. Then I already have this pre-filled out, but you're going to want to get a scale. And if you're new to this, you'll learn, if you're shipping in poly mailers and you're shipping, let's say, a lot of clothes all the time, you're going to know what size your poly mailers are, and you can, just type it in real fast or already have it saved in a template. But if it's something heavier, then you're going to want to measure it. Shoes, if it's going to go in a box, you're going to want to measure everything. You put the dimensions in here of the of the measurements, and then over here is the weight. And this I have at 14 ounces. Now, if it was more, it'd be here. Anything over a pound has to go priority. Anything under that can go first class. I set a flat rate charge for all my buyers. However, you can go do calculated, and you click on that, and eBay will calculate how much it's going to cost to ship from your location to the buyer's location. But I just do usually a lot of times just a flat rate on the first class. Now, if it's over a pound, if I use the padded flat rate mailers, then that also is a flat rate. But if it's anything heavier than that, or like shoes or anything in a box, I put in the exact weight, or I always go over a few ounces just in case, like 1 pound, 14 ounces. Now, I heard anything from 1 pound, 1 to 1 pound 15 would be the same pricing, but I don't know if that's accurate, but I always put in the weight there. Then you scroll down a little bit more, and right now I haven't been doing international shipping at this time. Then promoted listings is here, and this is where you can choose it right when you're listing, and I'll be clicking that on and see how that turned to blue. Then they're giving me a suggested rate right now of 8.1. I don't want to list it for that or promote it for that much, especially if it's a brand new listing. I don't promote as high. I promote lower. As they get older, I promote higher. I decided to put 5 in there. You type 5. Sometimes it will back out and show that 8.1 again. Just do it again and it'll put 5.0. That means that's how much it's going to promote for. You may choose not to promote at all. Then I have some preferences here, and I've already had these chosen, but you choose these as you're scrolling down. And this has to do with, your handling time. I do 1 business day handling, and then it has the location. Then on the returns, now I accept within 30 days. I do the 30-day return, but I have buyer pays return shipping, because with clothing it gets very costly. There's a lot of people that return for item doesn't fit, or they don't like it, or whatever, and shipping's got quite expensive. Now I know a lot of people work that price in if they're offering like free shipping when they first list something, but remember that return shipping is going to be additional, whether you listed it for free shipping or you charge for shipping. If you offer free return shipping, now they say it could move your listings up if you offer free return shipping or free shipping. That's going to be a decision that you're going to want to make on your own, but for clothing right now, I do it this way. Then you scroll all the way down here and see how it says listed for free. Well, we don't have any photos up yet. They watch. I'll click on listed and it'll tell me I can't list it. Hang on 1 second. See, it says at the very top, it says, looks like something is missing, fix, and it has photos. Well, that's because there's no photos, on the listing yet. And what you do is just click save for later. And then while you're on your desktop, over here to the left, it says right here, you can just click on drafts. And if you click on drafts, I have some other drafts already saved. See how the top draft is that Ralph Lauren button-up shirt that we have here. But that basically is how you create a listing on eBay. Like I said, there is a lot of different, decisions that you'll be making on your own in regards to, different features and things you want to offer regarding your listings, whether you're doing free shipping or whether you're doing free return shipping and things like that. And, but anyhow, hopefully this has benefited you some. I think sometimes it's easier if somebody shows you, if you can watch somebody do something that you're trying to learn that's new. I find it's a little bit easier. Hopefully you've got a benefit from this. If you'd like, you can subscribe. I got a lot of other videos up too. And if you could push the thumbs up button for me, I'd greatly appreciate that also. And many prosperous sales to you. Thank you.